everybody, it's Sarah, and today I felt like filming in front of a different background. So I'm not in front of my favorites bookshelf, but in front of my general bookshelf and sitting down for once because I slept like 4 hours tonight. So I'm really tired. I was like, I have to film a couple of videos right now, which is also the reason why you will see me wear the same thing in the next few videos that I will upload. And I just didn't feel like standing up while filming like 4 or 5 videos. So that's why I'm sitting down, and that's why I'm in front of a different background. Also, I'm really sorry if the lighting is shit. It's already dark outside, and the big light in my room is not very good and very yellow, so I just like tried to do my best with lamps and stuff, and I just hope that the shadows aren't too distracting. If they are, I am really sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. I tried my best, I promise. Also, it's been a hot minute since I uploaded again. Not as long as usual, but definitely not like the 2 videos a week that I uploaded before that. I think it's been 2 weeks since I filmed my last video, and that was just because Christmas stress kicked my butt. And now, as I said, I'm gonna have to film like 5 videos at once because tomorrow is Christmas. Tomorrow is the 24th, and after that I'm leaving already. And that's also why I'm filming while it's dark outside, because I didn't have time to film while it was light outside, sadly. Anyway, what is today's video? Today I thought I'd talk a little bit about my goals for 2019, both when it comes to reading as well as when it comes to my booktube channel. I will start with talking about my booktube channel and what I want to do. First of all, I want to upload regularly again. I want to put myself on a schedule of 1 video per week. The day that I will upload will be Wednesday again, as I said already last year, because that way if I want to do a top 5 Wednesday, I can very easily do that. And then I also would like, although that depends kind of also on uni, what other work I have to do, on my motivation, how much I read at the moment, but I would also like to upload a second video every second week. So basically just have 3 videos in 2 weeks, and I will probably upload that second video always on the weekends, because that will be when I have time to edit and stuff. And I'm usually kind of like a person, I like filming and editing on the same day that I upload. I don't really enjoy pre-filming. Then the second goal that I have for my channel is again to be a bit more active, comment a bit more on others' videos again, find new people, find friends maybe. I'm already a lot more active on Twitter again. The funny thing is, when I started my Twitter account, I really didn't know how to use it, and thanks to K-pop actually I got a lot more comfortable in tweeting and in using my Twitter, and I almost exclusively talked about K-pop on there for the past 2 years, but I started talking a lot more about what I'm currently reading and just books in general on there again. So I want to be more active there. I want to comment on other people's tweets, and I want to like share things. And so yeah, so if you're interested, the links to all my social media, like Instagram as well, is in the description box down below. So yeah, more active on YouTube and on Twitter is the second goal when it comes to my channel, and just like connecting more with people in general. Now my goals when it comes to reading. I have actually never before set myself a reading goal or anything like that. I don't like TBRs personally. I am very much a mood reader, so I want to read what I want to read when I want to read it. I don't want to be forced to read a certain book or a certain genre or anything at a certain time. So the only times that I ever gave myself TBRs was during readathons or when I joined read-alongs, but that's something different again. And the same thing kind of with reading goals. I just want to read as much as I want to read, and I don't want to feel like I have to read more than I'm currently reading or anything like that. However, this year I want to challenge myself, so I'm gonna set myself a reading goal as well as a TBR kind of ish. First, the reading goal. I decided I want to read 30 books this year, specifically 30 new books, so not counting rereads. I want to read 30 books, and that doesn't sound a lot to me actually. Like 2016 I think I read almost 80 books, but I'm still just kind of coming out of a 2-year-long reading slump where I read barely 10 books per year. So 30 books I thought was a good goal to try to achieve, although I want to try to read a total of 50 books this year. So the rest of those 20 books can all be reread, but I just want to read a total of 50 books, and at least 30 of them should be books that I have read for the first time. But then something else that I'm gonna say additional to that, because I don't really like saying I'm gonna read 30 books, or I'm gonna read 50 books, or anything like that, because I feel like you can very easily cheat in a way. It's not really cheating, because it's only for yourself, but I read a lot of high fantasy, and a lot of those books are between 500 and 1,000 pages. So they are like double the length, 3 times the length of other books that I read. So what I thought would be smarter, instead of just saying I want to read 30 books this year, I wanted to set myself the goal of either reading 30 books or 15,000 pages. So whichever one I will reach first, I will count that as challenge finished and challenge achieved. Then as far as TBR goes, I have a few goals when it comes to rereading this year. I want to start rereading Brandon Sanderson's books. I want to start finishing Brandon Sanderson's books in general. That's still a goal that I have, of reading like all Brandon Sanderson books, or almost all Brandon Sanderson books. I also started rereading the Shadowhunters books, and I want to finish that reread. Ideally before the first book in the Last Hours comes out. I also want to finish the Anita Blake series, or like up to the book that has been published. That's still the same goal that I started this year as well. I think I'm up to book 20 or something like that. And then I also want to start rereading some old favorites. I really am due a reread of the Anne Bishop series as well. I also really want to reread Trudy Canavan's The Magicians series, the Dark Magicians series, The Magicians Guild. I'm not sure what it's called in English. I also want to reread Jennifer Fallon's books. So like there's a lot of books that I want to reread this year. So we'll see how that goes. And then for the first time this year, I have a TBR jar, or TBR goblet, TBR cup. I don't know what you would call that. But the reason behind this kind of is I set myself a book buying ban this year. I have about 80 unread books on my shelf, which actually sounds like a lot, which is a lot. It's like not as bad as it could be, because a lot of the books I didn't buy, like between 20 and 30 books, I got a few years back from a friend of my mom's who moved and who didn't want to take her books with her, and she reads a lot of fantasy, and she just told my mom to tell me that I could choose whichever books I wanted from the shelves, and I took a lot of them with me. So that's like 30 books or something that I got at once. Then a lot of the books are also classics, which I also kind of don't count, because like classics, a lot of the times I will buy them to own them, but then I don't read them, which is a really bad habit. But it's like, it counts like half a book for me on my TBR shelf or something like that. Anyway, so I set myself a book buying ban. I have to read 2 books off of my shelf before I'm allowed to buy a new book. That's what I set myself as ban this year, how I want to get rid of a lot of the books that are on my shelf. And to help me with that, I got my TBR chart. I put all the books that I own on my shelves that I have not read, or also that I started but I haven't finished but I still intend to finish, in this cup right here. And with a few exceptions, like for example, I have Brisinger right here. I haven't read this yet, but I know I have to reread the first 2 books before I can get to this. So in this case, I put Aragon in the cup. Also, I have a lot of series on my shelf. So same as with Aragon, I just put the first book in the cup, and as soon as I finish that first book, I will put the second book in the cup and continue like that. So when I'm done with Aragon, I will put Eldest in here, and when I'm done with Eldest, I will put Brisinger in here. And then another thing, as I said, I don't want to be forced to read a book if I don't want to read it. I decided that each month I wasn't just gonna pick one of the books out of here, but I was gonna pick 3, and then I just set myself the goal to read at least one of those books that month, maybe even all 3. There are some exceptions to that though. I don't know if you can see back up there. I have like 2 huge volumes, which are 1001 Nights, and if I pick them out of here, I don't think I will be able to read that in 1 month. So I will just set myself the goal to read 3 of the stories, or 3 chapters, or whatever, I'm not sure yet. I have to look it up how long they are and everything, and then put them back in here for the next month. And the same thing counts for this red book here, because that is in French, and it's also a collection of French tales, of tales from Bretagne actually. And my French isn't good enough to read that at once. So when I pick this book out of my jar, I will just set myself to goal to read one of the stories for that month and then put it back in here. So I think that was all the special rules that I set myself for my TBR jar, and I think that was all the goals that I have for the year of 2019. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below what your goals are. Again, all the links to my social media are in the description box. Go and check them out. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe think about giving it a thumbs up and a like, and maybe subscribe. And I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!